whether it's fiction or a memoir, I don't care. I love her. I'm going to put that on my TBR. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I love to talk about books. And today is that time of the week where I talk about what I've been reading, what I am reading and what I want to read, as well as anything else that I have been indulging in, usually television. So before I start, just excuse the state of me. It's like 9:30 on Tuesday night and I had wanted to get this up on Wednesday morning. That won't be happening, but I need to get this filmed so I can at least try and edit it at some point tomorrow. But we've had a really busy evening. My youngest turns 4 tomorrow, but as he's with his dad in the evening, we decided to have his birthday tea tonight. So we've had that, had lots of cake. And apparently, according to him, it's the best birthday ever. He opened his presents from my parents while they were here for his birthday tea, and now he's gone to bed. I've spent the past hour putting together a scooter and wrapping his other presents. I still have his bike to put together. And I took the instructions out of the box and it started talking about torque, and I was just like, I need to take a break. So what have I been reading? Well, I finished Fat and Queer, an anthology of queer and trans lives and bodies. I hope I've got that title right, which was really interesting. So it was a collection of writing from lots of different, I was going to say authors, but I think there's journalists, there's lots of different people have contributed to this anthology, because there's poems in there, there's essays, there are short stories, there's lots of different things in this collection. And they basically are all reflections or representations of what it's like to live in a queer or trans or queer and trans body that is also fat. And there's so much representation in this collection. There are a lot of Black voices in there and just people from all different walks of life. It was really interesting. I mean, as with any collection, particularly when it's lots of different writers, obviously not every piece will speak to one particular reader in the same way. There were ones that I found were much stronger than others, but on the whole, I thought it was a really good collection. And it gave me a lot to think about. As someone who lives in, at least by society standards, a bigger body, I had thought, the fat experience was just that, the fat experience. And I don't know if I had ever really considered all the intersections of things like race, sexuality, gender in those, and how there's a whole different set of prejudices that come with that, and how people feel they fit into their communities, or where they find their communities as well. So it's given me a lot to think about and a lot to consider, so I really enjoyed that. I've now moved on to my next 2 reads for the BookTube semi-finals in non-fiction. So I have already read Cast by Isabel Wilkerson, and now I've moved on to The Address Book by Deirdre Mask, which this copy was sent to me along with a very lovely congratulations card for my new job from Ange from Ange's Book Chatter. Thank you so much. This is what street addresses reveal about identity, race, wealth and power. And I have also been listening to an audiobook of Our Bodies, Their Battlefield by Christina Lamb, and this book is a look at what war does to women. Yeah, it's about as an easy read as that sounds like it's going to be, but again, I can't really go into my thoughts on that because I'm judging them for the prize, but I will do a separate video once the rankings and scores or whatever for this round are announced at the end of July. So this is going to make for a very quick video. So those are the books that I'm currently reading. What I'm going to be reading next will be, I think, Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. I'm doing this as my first ever buddy read, which I will talk about more once the details are more confirmed, but I'm excited about that. A little bit nervous, but I'm excited about that. So Trevor Noah, he is, or was, I'm assuming he still is, the presenter of The Daily Show in America, which is something I'm not that familiar with. I've seen a couple of clips of him presenting it, but it's not something that I watch. And why I had picked up this book in the first place was not really because of his fame, but because of the sound of the story. So it's his memoir, and he was born in South Africa to a black mother and a white father, which at that time was illegal. So he was born a crime. That's what the title means. And his early childhood was during apartheid, and he had to be kept kind of hidden away, because if he was found, I think his father had gone typically, but his mother would have been in some real criminal trouble purely for having him. And I take it the book it does look a lot at their relationship, and then I think after apartheid it looks at how they lived in those new freedoms. I'm assuming it comes up to kind of his career in present day and things like that as well. And I just think that's going to throw up a lot of really interesting things. I don't know as much as I should do about apartheid South Africa. So, you know me, always trying to learn. So there we go. There's another school day opportunity. And yeah, I'm excited to get into that, and then also be able to talk about it to someone who's reading it at the same time as me. So yeah, exciting times in the book front. I've kept up my reading mojo. I don't think it'll disappear anytime soon again, so I'm feeling just totally invigorated. I think having an audiobook on the go is helping as well, just to shake up formats and feel like I'm really making progress, because I can power through audiobooks. I don't know why I don't listen to more of them, apart from the fact that they're really expensive compared to, you know, secondhand books, because I just have it on all the time when I don't have another noise to concentrate on. And obviously the subject matter with that particular book, I'm not listening to it around the kids, but even then I've still made really good progress. It's like a 13-hour or 13.5-hour long audiobook, and I think I've only got about 3 hours left of it, and I only started at the weekend. Then moving on to what I have been watching. So like I talked about last week, it was the final of the Great British Sewing Bee. As I predicted, the person I had said would won. But actually I was really happy for her in the end. I think she did come out the best in the final, but it was a close run thing, so that was really good. What else? Oh, also the final of Drag Race Down Under, which was fab. I was really happy with who won. I had a real soft spot for them, so that was good. And then more just for some background noise than anything else, I put on Run, I think it's called, which is on Netflix, and it's the Sarah Paulson film about a mother with a disabled daughter, and it's a thriller, and it's about how it looks as if she is keeping her daughter dependent on her, and I won't say too much else because it is quite a predictable story. It's nothing too edge of your seat. There are a couple of really good bits in it where you do find yourself holding your breath a bit, but I will literally watch anything with Sarah Paulson in it because I love her. And what I really liked about this is that the girl who plays the daughter, who is I think she's paralyzed from the waist down and is in a wheelchair, she is actually played by a disabled actress, and I think that might be the first time I have ever seen that. And particularly since Sia totally broke my heart with her film, is it Music? I haven't even watched it. I love Sia, or loved Sia, and she has recently done a film about an autistic girl, but cast the dancer Maggie Ziegler in the lead role. And I know that there is a lot of disappointment in the autistic community around that casting and also around the portrayal in that film. I've literally not heard anyone mention it besides those negative comments, so I'm guessing it's probably crap anyway. And I've saved myself the waste of time of watching it. But yeah, I think it's something that really needs to be given more attention now, because it's just, if someone is able to carry that role, then I don't think they should be passed over for that. Yes, I understand that things want to cast bigger names and blah blah blah, but the only reason disabled or less able-bodied or neurodivergent actors aren't as big names is because they've never been given that chance. So I think it is something that the film industry really needs to rectify. And so I was really glad to see. I didn't know before, because I didn't want to Google before I'd watched the ending in case I found any spoilers, but after I finished the film I googled it and found out that the actress, whose name I don't actually think I know, is a disabled person. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it's a pretty decent watch. It's not going to change your life or anything, but it was fun for the hour and a half or whatever it is that it was on for. And I haven't really watched an awful lot of anything else because my reading has picked up as well, but I have made more progress through I May Destroy You, which is cracking. And I saw that Michaela Cole has a book out. I need to go and dig a bit more into that because I think that would be a really good read. I think she draws a lot on her life experiences in her television work, and I think it looks like a memoir. I'm not sure, but that's definitely going on my TBR. Whether it's fiction or a memoir, I don't care. I love her. I'm going to put that on my TBR. And other than that, I've not really got anything. I just need to make more progress with that. Finish up Shrill, finish up Pursuit of Love, and finish up Pose. Like I say, have I said this many weeks on the trot? What can I say? I don't watch as much television as I read books. So it's always going to be a little bit laggy when it comes to television. Other than that, it's quite quiet here at the moment. I had my brother up over the weekend. Well, I didn't, he stayed with my parents, but yeah, my brother was up from London over the weekend, so that was always lovely to see him. It was really nice, and we got the chance when the kids were at their dad's, me and him went out for lunch, and just, yeah, it was just good to spend some time with him. I really love my brother. But other than that, I don't really have much planned, and that's a good thing. I think now the initial lockdown easing rash of social events has died down, I am actually quite looking forward to this coming weekend where I've got no plans. I've got books, I've got TV, and just put my feet up. I think that would be lovely. I'm hoping to take next week off of work because I would like to finish my master's dissertation before I start my new job. We'll see about that, but fingers crossed. All that remains is for me to tell you to watch out for Saturday's video, where I will be talking about my July TBR. How are we in July? Time is insane. But yeah, I'll be talking about my July TBR on Saturday, so I will catch you then. And until then, bye. Why did I do that? Let's do that properly. Until then, bye. Interesting. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.